1982. Steven Spielberg's E.T. and Michael Jackson's Thriller have just been released. Ronald Reagan is President of the US. The British have just won the Falklands War, and a new rally class has been created, one which will later become widely regarded as the golden age of rally. This new class, thanks to its somewhat lax restrictions, would lead to the creation of some of the fastest and most dangerous rally cars ever produced. Cars such as the Peugeot 205 T16, a mid-engined all-wheel drive hatchback, the Audi Quattro, the first four-wheel drive rally car, and most notably the Ford RS 200. For the most part, rally cars are modified versions of road going cars, but the RS 200 was made in the opposite manner. Ford first developed the race spec version of the car and then later modified it for road use, so a portion of the 200 cars made could be sold to the public. The mid-engined four-wheel drive 450 horsepower monster that is the RS 200 entered Group B Rally in 1986. At the point of the RS 200's introduction, Group B had already developed a reputation of being extremely dangerous, thanks to the hard-to-drive nature of the early turbocharged cars, the overall speed of the cars, and the poorly controlled spectators that often stormed the track. On the 4th of May, the same year, Henry Tovinen lost control of his Lancia Delta, leading to the crash that killed himself and his co-pilot Sergio Cresto. After numerous other fatal accidents, this crash was where the line was drawn, and the class was disestablished. Over 30 years later, rally is yet to have the same excitement that Group B had, and as a consequence of this, the legendary cars of Group B sell for astronomical prices, with an RS 200 Evolution recently being valued at $700,000. This is my uncle's RS 200 Replica.
This one's totally different. It's completely different. It's a kit car for a start. You know, it's a complete one-off. Even though it looks like an RS200, it's a complete, unique, one-off car. I wanted something I like different. You know, when I spend money on a car, I hate to see, personally, this is just my personal opinion, I hate to see myself, you know, if I bought an Audi or a Beamer or whatever, and you drive to work in it, or you see yourself 10 times on the way to work in it, and you've just spent £40,000 on a car, and no, that doesn't sit well with me. So if I'm putting that kind of money into a car, it's got to be one-off. So that's what I've done with this one, complete one-off. It was completely built, but just in raw fiberglass. There was no glass in the car. When I say it was built, it was rough built. It was put together roughly. So I've got it, blown it apart completely, every nut and bolt off the car and started again and replaced and renewed as I've gone across, and obviously painted parts as I've gone back on, put all the interior in it and all that kind of thing. So it was just bare bones really when I got it, but it was one piece, just rough, you know, so I've had to blow it apart and start again. So that's where I am now. The car is based on a 1994 Subaru Impreza. That's the base of, that's the chassis of the car, that's the floor pan, the engine and the strut towers, and that's it. I'd like to see anything between 320 and 350. I think that'd be adequate with 700 kilos. I think that'll be more than enough. So that's what I'm hoping to get. Progress, it's paint and body really. All panels are off, apart from ones you can see that are on it at the moment. All panels are off, rear clams off, the glass is still out and stuff like that. It's all bodywork, which I personally hate. I'm good with spanners and stuff like that, but when it comes to bodywork, so it's a lot of times sanding, priming, filling, priming again, sanding again, and then sending it off to be painted. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. As soon as that's in, it'll be glass in, interior in, then electrics, which again I love, don't hate electrics, all that to do, and then yeah, she'll make one. So get in there slowly. So I want to take it to Nürburgring, because I think it'll be amazing around Nürburgring. I want to show it, take it to some shows, take it to some Subaru shows, upset them, take it to some Ford shows, upset them, and then take it to some modified places. So I'll be like, you know, the Antichrist in that at every Ford and Subaru show that I ever go to, so I'm not bothered about that. So yeah, show it really and enjoy it, and park it in garage at Restrum and never use it again. That's usually what I do. Really happy with it so far. Glad I bought it. The last chap who had it must have put thousands of hours into it. You know, kudos to him, he's done a good job. But I'm just going to get it off at hill and get it finished. But yeah, I'm really happy with it up to now. You know, it's going to be an eyeful. It's going to be a good looking thing, like. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. Yeah, I really am.